Hello everybody, welcome back to Screen Stars. I'm here today to review the brand new Netflix movie, The Outsider, that stars Jared Leto. Now, essentially, this is one of those, it's another Netflix movie. They keep churning them out. They're firing it into fourth gear, Netflix, at the moment in regards to their original movies. And I saw the trailer for this a couple of weeks ago, thought it looked pretty good. Thought I'd check it out when it was released. Now, I'll start off by saying I'm not a huge fan of Jared Leto. I just can't make a connection to his acting style. I don't know what it is. I thought he was decent in Blade Runner, but I don't think he was in it enough to give a real verdict. I didn't click with his Joker performance. I know he's won an Oscar, but I haven't seen that film that he won the Oscar for. I just find him too intense, and apparently he's full on method. I mean, there's a scene in this movie where he gets shot in the leg and he's limping, and I suspect behind the scenes he'll probably stabbing his leg with a fork so he could actually limp. He's a very, very intense actor, and I just don't know what it is with his acting style. But I thought I'd give this movie a go. Now, what is this movie about? Well, essentially, it starts off, Jared Leto's character is an American. He's in a Japanese prison. It's set in 1954 in Osaka. And he basically saves the life of someone in prison who's a yakuza member. And in return, he gets freed from prison and offered a life in the yakuza as an outsider, as an American. Takes him a while to get accepted, falls in love with the guy who he saved in prison, his sister, and you can kind of guess at the kind of things that are going on here. The biggest problems with this movie is it's far too predictable, it's too slow paced, it's a bit dull, it's filmed very uninspired, I would say. It's just not very bright. It's just very dull the way it's filmed as well. And Jared Leto's performance, while fine, it's too intense. He's too quiet. It gives off, I don't know. He wasn't particularly likable. You didn't root for him. Didn't give you anything to root for in the movie. And this movie didn't do anything new with like the yakuza mob genre to make it interesting enough. It's just okay. Watched it, enjoyed it, kind of guessed what was going to happen in the movie. Betrayals, mob family over this side, mob family this side. They can't get on, they argue, there's a turf war. It all goes bad here, all goes bad there, they get assassinated, they want revenge, it's all betrayal. It's just stuff we've seen before over and over and over again, and it doesn't really do anything new with this genre, this movie. It's just okay. It's a decent enough watch, but it's really hard. Because I can't say I disliked the movie at all, really. In fact, I enjoyed it. It was quite engaging. It was interesting to watch. But all the way through it, you kind of knew what was coming next, and what I was thinking, I was right. This is gonna happen. That's gonna happen. As soon as he meets this girl, the sister, you're kind of thinking, well, I know what's gonna happen here, and it does. As soon as the turf war starts, you kind of think, well, I know what's going to happen here, and it does. It's just all way too predictable. Sometimes a movie can have too much exposition. This movie doesn't have enough. It doesn't have any. You've no idea who this guy is, why he's in prison. You kind of get a hint that he was in the army because he meets up with he meets up one of his old army buddies in Japan. That doesn't go particularly well. So you get a hint of what his past is, but other than that you get nothing. So they try and make him this man of mystery, but it doesn't work because his performance isn't compelling enough for you to care about him. He just glares at everybody. very intense eyes as Jared Leto. And I just didn't believe this tough guy image he was trying to project on the screen. So yeah, there's nothing really wrong with this movie. It's a little bit dull, a little bit uninspired, but it's okay if you like, you know, gangster mob movies. There's some fairly graphic scenes, but it's all a bit predictable. So for me, I'm gonna have to give it a 6 out of 10, guys. It just didn't do it for me that much, but it's not really a bad movie. So see what you think.